Hey everybody, we're here with Fred Armisen. Now, Fred, you are a Renaissance man. You are a musician, artist, writer, and actor. And yet, I think one thing people don't know about you is that you are also an art aficionado. Is that fair?
That's fair. I know everything about art, paintings, sculpture.
Well, we thought we'd take advantage of that knowledge because obviously people can't go to museums right now with a segment we like to call Fred Armisen, Art Aficionado. Fred, you remember how this works. I'm just going to show a painting. We have not discussed it in advance, and you are going to just give us a little bit of history because you do know everything about every painting.
Every painting, yes.
All right, well, this is Edward Hopper's 1942 painting, Nighthawks. Do you know this painting?
Yes. I do know this painting, yes. So this is Nighthawks by Edward Hopper.
Yeah.
And it got terrible reviews at first.
Gotcha.
The New Yorker said it was poorly painted. I remember the New York Times said, "Why is he doing these?" A lot of art critics in Art Forum were, like, "Why are people lining up to see this? Please get off that line and go home. You do not need to be looking at this painting."
So
really?
I just want to stop real quick. So it does seem like back in 1942 when a painting came out, everybody would write a review the way we maybe think about reviews for television shows now.
Exactly, because there was so much less TV that a lot of those TV writers were just sort of like, let's focus on art, paintings, and movies. And they really were just, I think, personally, I feel like they hadn't seen the painting yet before they started writing about it. Because a lot of those critics were in sort of cliques, and they were just snarky in general.
Gotcha. So you think they were reacting like to the idea that people were like, "Oh, this is a great new painting," and just being snarky, they just wanted to poo-poo it before people could even see it.
Yeah, they poo-pooed it before people could even see it. So it was described to them, and they would say like, okay. And it was described like, okay, one guy's fixing an ice cream soda or a coffee for other people. And then the reviewers were like, how is that a painting? What? So then he hasn't served them yet? No, they're still waiting for their coffees. That's not a painting. Like, they have to be, the order has to be out. It was one of the first paintings done by Magic Marker, which a lot of people don't know about.
No.
That's a lot of, it was magic, in those days they didn't have Magic Markers, so they would take sort of paintbrushes, tape them up together, dip them in the paint, and then use that. And then eventually those became Magic Markers. But that's the other side of it.
Wait, you said, so it's the first painting done with Magic Marker, but then back then Magic Marker was just paint.
But it was like this. As opposed to a paintbrush, it was like almost like using a Magic Marker, so they would tape the paintbrushes together. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But still, really, harshly reviewed, and it wasn't until the 70s that a lot of those reviewers were like, we were wrong. But it took them a while to come around.
Gotcha. Yeah. The same reviewers, though, wrote follow-up pieces?
One of them did. And the follow-up piece was, upon reviewing, I understand now that was a different time, and that it actually, a lot of the colors look great, and I like the amount of space that was used. So, yeah, so it was sort of like he just sort of took that image and he just sort of repeated it.
Wow, that's quite an education. And everything you just told us is totally true.
This is totally true. And the review, I could pull up those reviews if you want.
No, I think that's good. I think you remember the gist of them.
I could pull them up.
All right, pull one up.
All right. I was gonna pull some of the reviews up for you if you want, but I could do it now or later. But
just do it later. Give it up for Fred Armisen, Art Aficionado.